Scent Secrets, uncovering the risks of store-bought perfumes and how you can craft your own. So let's talk about the truth about fragrance in perfumes. So if you're anything like me, you had no clue about this, and you may not know about this, but when you see the word fragrance or perfume on a product label, it might seem harmless. So where would you see this? If you are fairly new and you're listening to this, go pull out anything in your home. Go look at your hand soap. Go look at your laundry soap. Go look at obviously perfumes or lotions or any of the stuff like I used to get at the store, and you will see that word that says fragrance on it. In most store-bought perfumes, what happens is they're actually hiding a mix of potentially harmful chemicals. And the companies in the US are not required to list all the ingredients in their fragrances because of a loophole. It's a real thing in the Fair Packaging and Labeling Act of 1973. This law allows any company to keep their fragrance formulas secret so they can avoid listing all the chemicals involved. So that is pretty scary. What is really in fragrance? So when you see that word fragrance, I mean, anyone that I tell to go do this, or we go to their house and we look and you see that word, here's what it really is. Fragrance is often a blend of many different chemicals, sometimes as many as 300 chemicals, all hidden in that one word. Companies use these chemicals to make products smell good or mask unpleasant odors from the chemicals that they're using. Many of the chemicals can vaporize into the air, meaning that you can inhale them even if you aren't applying them directly to your skin. If the fragrance is in a lotion or a cream, so if you look at those things that you're putting on your face or your skin, or your kids are putting them onto your skin, that means that it is absorbed through your skin and directly into your bloodstream. That's pretty scary. Some common chemicals are found in fragrances, including phthalates. Those are listed, they're actually listed. They're linked to hormone disruption and reproductive issues. Many fragrance chemicals trigger allergies, asthma, skin reactions, especially if you are someone that has sensitive skin or anyone that has respiratory conditions. So many times people are like, oh, my kid has asthma, or we have respiratory stuff. It has to do with the products that are in your home. I heard at a seminar I was at with Young Living that up to 85% of people, just by switching out their household cleaner, the respiratory issues go away in their home. Chemicals also can build up in your body over time, leading to long-term health effects. And just because, here's the thing to pay attention, just because it is sold on the shelf at your local store where you shop does not mean that it's safe. Fragrance chemicals are still harmful, even if they're legally allowed in products. And so it's really eye-opening. Everything that you're going to go find on the shelf, whether it's in the detergent aisle or the cleaning aisles, all those fragrance, they're actually toxic chemicals, and they're allowed because of this loophole in the 1973 Act. Okay, one thing to also think about is the health risk. Think about your teenagers and adults as in yourself. What happens when you use products with this word fragrance? There's a hormone disruption. Fragrance chemicals like phthalates interfere with hormone balance, and that's really important for teenagers going through puberty. This can lead to issues like irregular periods and mood swings. So think about if you have one of those teenagers in your home, maybe you were one yourself, all those products that you are using is causing that to happen. It also, when you have the word fragrance, it can lead to reproductive health. Phthalates and other chemicals can impact reproductive systems, both in men and women. For adults, this could affect fertility and increase the risk of pregnancy complications. It can also lead to acne and skin problems. To me, it's crazy, as I go back in time and think about the different acne or skin problems people have, a lot of it has to do with the products that they're using. And, chemicals and fragrances can actually irritate your skin, leading to more acne, rashes, and eczema flare-ups. Issues that teens are already struggling with, it really matters what you're putting on their skin. Health issues with asthma and breathing. So if you inhale fragrance chemicals, that can trigger or worsen asthma attacks, especially risky for teens and adults if you currently have respiratory conditions. And it's crazy now on this side of it, being with Young Living for, like close to 10 years. And the people like, oh, I can't smell that. I'm allergic to that. They're not allergic to what we have. It's the other products in their home. And it's just remembering that. Mental fog and forgetfulness. Do you know anyone that has that? Some chemicals and fragrance have actually been linked to the cognitive issues like forgetfulness or difficulty focusing, impacting schoolwork or job performance. And then there's the long-term risk. Prolonged exposure to certain fragrance chemicals have been associated with more severe health issues, including cancer, damage to the liver, kidneys, disruptions to the immune system. So when I say this long-term risk, what does that mean? So think about when you were a baby, you didn't have any control about like what was put on you. But then like, let's go into your teenage years. How many days did you put lotion on your skin? How many times did you put moisturizer on your skin? How many days did you wash your hands? Every day of your life that you were using this is the long-term exposure that we're talking about. So what can you do? So to protect yourself, first of all, start reading your labels more carefully. Flip over your bottles, go look at, be aware of what these bottles are saying, and you can see the fragrance that is on there. I would actually sometimes have taken people into like a Whole Foods store where they're like, okay, or whatever store, like Natural Co-op or something is in your place. And I go, let's go look at the bath bombs, guys. It's in a natural store. They're like, this is fine. It's a natural store. So you go look and they have healthy ingredients, and then you see the word fragrance. So you can't assume because it's in the store that it's fine. So read your labels. And again, don't just assume a product is safe because it is on the store shelf. A second one that I forgot to say when I look at the picture with the arrow is if you see that word fragrance or perfume, that this is on a very popular product. I used to use this product and it's right up there. There's the word fragrance, and you have to know there's up to 300 chemicals in there. So a safer alternative is to use natural perfumes with essential oils, which not only smell good, but they offer health benefits as well. So here's a quote, and I liked this quote that I found yesterday, and I put it together because I'm like, I think this is so true. This is me. And I said, I love crafting fragrances that tell a story. They evoke emotion and create a lasting natural experience. For me, scent is more than a fragrance. It's a blend of God's creation that enhances our well-being. Each scent that I create is made with intention and care to smell beautiful and inspire feelings of joy and happiness. That is what I think when I am creating what I am creating. So I haven't introduced myself, but my name is Kara Edstrom, and I love creating beautiful scents. A little bit about me is I've developed recipes for 9 different diffuser books, 2 perfume, roller, and room spray books. They are, it's actually these ones. It's the fall and it's the winter one. And then I have 2 perfume books. A few months ago, I just launched my 2nd perfume line. If you happen to be a lucky one at convention this year, you got to smell them because we had them all at Seeds of Time. And since 2019, I have tested more than 1,845 recipes, and I have used over 34,000 drops of oil to get the perfect scents that smell amazing. What was my inspiration? So I had these questions and people have asked them like, well, let's just throw the questions out here and let me answer them. What was the inspiration to actually going and creating and doing these things and testing these? I am a personality that I love my spreadsheet. So yes, I keep track of everything. That's how I know here's how many things I've done. In 2019 is when my journey of creating scents began. One of my friends that does the illustrating on the books, she sent Sarah Kessler and she sent us some recipes and said, hey, why don't you guys go smell them? And so she's like, I'm thinking of posting these and putting them in my team page every day for people. And both Sarah and I were smelling some of them and we're like, interesting. For me personally, like when I went and I set up all these diffusers in the room and I'm like, I started testing these scents out and they like, quite frankly, were awful. And of about 30 of the blends that she had sent, I would say maybe 2 were okay. This is what sparked my determination. I realized that these cute little graphics that like people were putting together and had all these drops and do this and that, they may not smell good. And I will raise my hand. I was a person and I would see a cute graphic and I'd be like, oh, let's just put these oils together. I never tested them. I never tried them. I was sending them out to my team members. They did not smell good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. We can't be having this. We're sending out recipes to people that don't even smell good. And look at all of these 30 that we just tried. They were yucky. And why would I want someone that was new to Young Living smell something? They're never going to use the oils again. Okay, so that was kind of the inspiration. What was the process that I did? And I went through this for years. Okay, first of all, what I did is I took the diffuser and I cleaned out every diffuser. Every time I made a new recipe, I used the household cleaner. I wiped it down with a microfiber rag. I wanted a fresh start. Then I started tracking every blend with detailed notes. So like I said, if you know me, I'm like 80% green personality. I love my spreadsheets. I wrote it all down. So I would have like a basic recipe and I started tweaking it to be like, okay, because I want the room to smell amazing. I think all of you want something that smells amazing, right? I tested recipes for a year and I was creating scents for each month. And so what I did is every recipe that I did, I put it in a room. Let's just say like I put it in my bedroom and put it in my office. And after 10 minutes, I had the door shut. I would walk in that room and I would smell. Can I smell it? Because that's important. Why put something in your diffuser if you can't even smell it? Because when I used to use candles and I used to use the plugins, you would walk in a room and you would smell it. So when I would walk in at 10 minutes, if I couldn't smell that and I put my nose up right over it and it kind of smelled good, okay, then I'm going to add more oils. And then I determined, well, which oil did I need? So then I would go back in at 20 minutes. Can I smell it now? Do I like the smell of it? And I would go back in at 30 minutes. If after 30 minutes that room did not smell, that recipe was not used. I found that like at about 20 minutes, like I could tell, oh yeah, okay, smell that, but it needs maybe a little more vanilla. It needs a little more citrus. And so like after a year, you get the hang of it. I mean, I tell people like, if you just tried to do it first off, it took me years to figure out how to do that. And so like I just got the hang of it. I knew what I needed to do with the recipes. And then at 30 minutes, if I liked it, I would name it. I would go and choose a name that I thought that it smelled like that name. So you knew what you were getting. I spent a whole year perfecting these blends for every month. My home kind of turned into this lab of like delightful and sometimes not delightful aromas. And then that journey led me from diffuser blends to room sprays, rollers, and finally my own perfume line of perfumes. So every scent in my collection is a result more of my passion, my creativity, and meticulous testing. And today I'm like super excited that I have two perfume lines that are safe and they have beautiful fragrances that everyone would like. And for me, like they go, what's your favorite? Everyone always asks. I'm like, I love them all. I would wear them all. Okay, so that is just a little highlight of what my process is. Let's talk a little bit because this is what started it. What are the unique features of these 9 different diffuser books that I have? And my answer is simple. It's the meticulous testing and crafting that it took to make them all. Every recipe was personally created and tested and refined to make the best scent in your room. And then in our books, every page has a little piece of education in there because we like giving people education. So then what makes the perfume line that I have and the two new, this is my newest perfume book. What makes this, like the perfume and this book, really unique? Well, when it comes to rollers and perfumes, there are some key differences compared to what you're going to find in your retail store. One, there's no harsh ingredients. We just use essential oils, and they are not going to mess up your endocrine system. It only would benefit your endocrine system, and it's safe for you and anyone in your family who uses it. High quality oils. You only want to use Young Living oils because we have exceptional quality and purity. And then attention to detail. Through these years of experiencing, I have learned that I can recreate, like if I would walk into a retail store, and there's certain scents that I kind of gravitate towards, but I generally can walk into a store and I've gotten it to the point where after 2 passes, I can recreate something that smells like that. It's never going to be identical to a chemical smell. People will find like, oh, it's not quite right. Yeah, because you don't want a chemical smell, but I can get the natural smell of what that is like. And we have, of course, matching labels that go with all of our perfumes that you can do. So I get the question a lot of like, what scents do I use? What are popular scents in my perfume line? I tend to gravitate more towards that fresh, floral, citrusy. I do have some spicy, woodsy, aquatic notes in there. Questions have come up. Like people say, can you do XYZ? You guys, there's hundreds of thousands of perfumes out there. No one knows like what XYZ smells like unless you had something. Things like if you get kind of an amber or a musk, oils don't have that. That's a chemical smell. You really can't get that scent. But I have done similar scents, like if you know what Marc Jacobs is, the Moroccan hair oil product line, Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush, Aveda, Bath and Body Works, Anthropology. Those tend to be more of the lines that you're going to get in these two books, but the clean version of them. However, unlike the store-bought versions, we don't have that toxic smell. They're a clean version, and I think they actually smell even better. But beyond just smelling great, these perfumes are going to offer peace of mind for you. And as parents, like we also want the best for our kids, which includes avoiding harmful substances. So these perfumes offer a safe alternative that you can feel good about, and they allow your teens and your parents and yourself to have beautiful, sophisticated scents without worry. I like this quote where we have said when we talk about our line is it's not just about creating a fragrance. It's about sharing an experience with friends and knowing that you're using safe, high quality ingredients. So the next question that comes up is how do we use this? Like, how do I use this? How does Sarah use this? How do our cross-line friends use these? Like, let's just take, for example, the fall. This is a perfume and roller and room spray book. How do we use these books? Well, we use books for like if you are a brand partner, not only for yourself, let's talk about how you can use it for someone else. When I have new people that enroll with me, I have an everyday diffuser book that uses more of that starter kit oils. And I give that to them because I want them to smell a diffuser recipe that smells good, and they can do that right away. I use them for incentives like, hey, you enrolled 2 people this month. Great. I have a book for you. Maybe a certain month is like when you come up in the fall and you're like, hey, everyone who orders 300 PV this month, I am giving you this fall book. And I want you to use this. And, when it comes to like a party, you can charge, if you want to charge $25 and they get a book, and then they're going to get to make something that I have set up for the day. And as a goal, as a brand partner, as a business person, I want to increase my OGV, which most of you are in the similar case where you want to do that, right? Well, guess what? When people diffuse every day, they are using their oils up. So many people that we've run into in this last year, they don't even remember how to use their oils. But when they have like, say, a diffuser book, they know how they can put this together and it's going to smell good. I like to teach people to make like diffuser bombs. Like if you have, like I say, I have a pumpkin spice one that I really like. Okay, I say go and like quadruple that and put those in, like it's a bigger, I don't have one on me, but a bigger bottle. And then you can just run around in all of your rooms and just find recipes that you really like. When I make perfumes, you're going to find a perfume and say, oh my gosh, I really love that. Okay, then double it or triple it and put it in a bigger bottle. The cool thing is when you send out these books, it only needs a 2-ounce stamp. And we put it in, let me find. I use one of these envelopes like this that I get off of Amazon, and I can mail it off. Like when I used to mail things to people, I was like $10 in shipping because I'm putting this package together. Well, now I send people books and it gives them what to do with the oils that they have. I like on our perfume lines, we have cute matching labels that are really good. So you can use those also. The on the next slide, trying to remember what I put on the next slide. Okay, so where can you find these recipes is I put some QR codes right here so you can click on the QR code. It's under KB Designs has, this is our diffuser and perfume books and labels per perfumes. And then Scent and Science, they're both on the same website, but if you click on those QR codes, you can get, Sarah and I actually put together with our Scent and Science, we do monthly diffuser recipes that you can get for yourself, or if you're a brand partner, you can order them. And what we do is every single day we post them on our team pages. And then we also have a little monthly thing that we do is we will highlight 3 different scents. And on those, I'm picking out based on the month, 3 different scents that you can do. We have the corresponding labels. So you can, if you want to make up 5 of them for yourself and you can gift 4 of them out, or if you have 5 friends that come over and you can all make it together. And then Sarah puts together a little science portion as we pick usually 4, I think 3 or 4 oils and usually a supplement, and she will give some education pieces on that. Or here's some education on your products, but then you get to go do something really fun with that and make those. So that is where you can find the recipes. Hopefully you get like, you do not want to go get the stuff off your shelf. You don't want your friends to go get them off of the shelf. You want to be able to go and get something for yourself.